substituting out exercises. Now, I saw a few comments in the group about how you might not have certain pieces of equipment or you might not have certain attachments. That's okay, because in a real world scenario, if you were to get a program from a coach or buy a program online, that is likely going to happen. I cannot tell you how many times I have had a program given to me by one of my coaches, and there are more than one movements or exercises that I either have never done before or I have never used the machine. And I just put on my big girl panties and I went into the weight room and I said, I'm going to look dumb for 5 minutes, but you know what? That's okay, because at the end of the day, I'm going to look dumb for 5 minutes, but my ass is going to look good for many, many years to come if I just can conquer this fear of this stupid machine right here that has 85 different adjustments and all of this lingo that I don't understand. And I promise you, if you just push past that inner resistance of like, new, stranger danger, I don't know what I'm doing, I feel stupid. If you push past that, you are going to love the other side. Okay. So much that my hair decided to jump in on that extreme comment right now. So be patient with yourself. And for those of you that are in here, a lot of you have children. Okay. You have little ones, and I'm sure that they have come to you with some kind of resistance. They don't want to do a thing, or they're scared to do this because it's new, because it's scary. And what do you usually tell them? I always tell my children when they say to me, well, I don't know how to do this. I'm nervous how to do this. I tell them, act as if you know. Pretend you know. Pretend I wasn't here. What would you do besides give up? How would you figure it out? Right? We don't let our kids just give up when they don't want to ride a bike or tie their shoes or do their homework, because how many of you have had kids that throw a fit at the kitchen table because they can't do math? Yeah, I know. I've had 3 of them. So we're just big kids. And so when you feel that resistance come up, I encourage you to think, what would I tell my daughter? What would I tell my son? What would I tell whoever you in your life you might possibly mentor to be better in some way, a niece, a nephew, a cousin, a coworker, somebody? What would you tell them? And then take that advice and get some shit done. Because I know that you listen to the boss bitch because you have an inner boss bitch inside if it hasn't come out yet, and you can take charge and do it. Okay. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about is if this feels like too much, okay? If it feels like too much, if it feels like this is way over my head or way over my level, that's okay. Message me. I have an entire body weighted glute challenge that I can dust off for you and I can send your way so you can still participate with us in this challenge. Just know that body weight and booty bands are not how my team, myself, a lot of the testimonials that you've seen, the women that are like looking fit in fitness magazines, the influencers you see, any of those girls, if you admire any of their shapes or physiques, Chalene Johnson is another one who's in her 50s. There's a lot of women in their 40s, 50s. Renee is 70. I've interviewed her for my podcast. She is a badass competitor. You need to go find her or follow her on Instagram if you're not. These women are lifting weights, okay? They are not doing body weighted. They are not doing body band. And if they are telling you that, they are effing lying to you, okay? I've been doing this for long enough to know that is not how you build your body unless you were an athlete for most of your life, since you were like 3 until you were like 20. And you've built a crazy solid base of muscle and you don't need to train ever again for the rest of your life, which is probably pretty rare, by the way. You can maybe get away with booty bands and body weight and maintaining, but even some level of that is going to disappear with time, okay?